Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Helzie here from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today it is a 3D Thursday, so I'm bringing you this really cute box. I love this paper. Look at this wood effect, it is gorgeous. And if I just open up the box, I've popped a little bit of a band over it made of ribbon. If I open that up, it has got these gorgeous candles in. So these were purchased for my mother for Christmas from one of her friends, and I saw it and I thought, you know what, those are beautiful. I'm going to do some crafting with those before she uses them. So they just fit into the box, and then the band just fits around there. Come on. Like that, and fits under the sentiment. I've just caught it on the ribbon. Oh hells, there we go. I took it off and put it back on quite a few times so I could show it you, and look what's happened. So I've now got it under the paper. Make sure when we make this that we stick everything down really well so there's no edges for this to get stuck under, but it needs to go over both of those and underneath that one, like that. Let me show you how to create it. So first of all, very important to probably note, let's open it back up again after all that, is the size measurement for this box. So as it goes in at the middle or in at the top, we're going to completely ignore that and we're going to go for the bottom of the base. Okay, so these are 18 centimeters by 4 centimeters high by 5 centimeters wide, but you'll notice that they do sort of spray out a bit as they go up, so I'm going to counter an extra 0.5 centimeters in for that. So instead of it being 18 by 5, I'm going to do 18.5 by 5.5. I'm still going to keep it at 4 centimeters in height, and you'll notice that the box I did previously was spot on for it. Okay, so you're going to need your piece of Smoky Slate. Now I'm using Smoky Slate for this, and I'm using the Blessings from Home stamp set for the stamping, and I'm using the coordinating DSP for this project. So this is the DSP. It's beautiful. It's got a lovely floral front, but on the back, if I can just it round, it has got all these gorgeous wood effects, loads of them. So that's the paper that I'm using for today. The one I'm actually going to be using is this one, which has this wood effect on the back, and I'm using that for both the wood effect and for that. So I'm just going to pop that to the side as well, but I'm teaming it up with Smoky Slate. Okay, so first of all, you're going to need your trimmer in. Here's mine. And you're going to want to cut your card at 13.5 centimeters by 26.5, but before you do it, what I'll just show you is you want to, oh no, it's the base. 26.5 by 13.5 is fine. On the lid, you just want to go slightly over, but that's when we get there. I'm not confusing you all now. 26.5 by 13.5. And then what you want to do is go around all of it at 4 centimeters. Okay, so 4 centimeters. Centimeters. So you can see that you can keep checking it as you go along to make sure you're right in your whole measurement stake. Just fits in between both the scores. It's always a good sense check that. And just under 4 centimeters. Okay. And 4 centimeters again. It's always a good test for me just to double check the measurements I've written down, because you might have noticed I sometimes go very wrong. I tell you what it is, it's when I create my 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 project to show you before I start filming, I always create it and I never write anything down, and then afterwards I have to try and remember what it is. And really I should start writing things down, shouldn't I? So burnish all of those. And then you just want to chop up each side like that. Okay, now it's up to you. If you've got a steady hand and you're happy with your cutting, you can do it like that. If you're like me and you're not, just pop a little tab into each of them. I'm a bit wobbly handed at the best of times, and when I stick it down, if I do it straight, instead of sitting straight, it always sits a bit up. So if I just cut the edges off like that and create a tab, then it sits a little bit smoother for me. Okay. Put those both out. I think I might need a new blade in my trimmer soon. That one's skagging a bit. I have had my trimmer for some time, so I'm not shocked I'm going to need a new blade in it. I've got a whole load in the back of my desk I'll change to. So then you just want to pop adhesive all the way along these tabs. Okay, and stick them in and stick them down. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, and you can just pop that in, and there you go. Perfect size for the candles. Okay, so now you want to do the lid. Now what I did, just so you know for the measurements, I am going to give you the measurements, but what I actually did was I took 2 centimeters off this. So it actually created the lid. So it was the exact same measurements, 26.5 centimeters by 13.5, but I actually took 2 centimeters off, which was, oh, not 2 centimeters. Let me start that again. It's the same thing, 26.5 by 13.5, but because I took 2 centimeters off on each side, you want to take 4 centimeters off. So what you actually want is you want a piece of card that is 22.5, which that is spot on. So this must have been the end of what I cut before, by 9.5. 22.5 by 9.5, everybody. Now, what you do want to do is, if you make it the exact same size, you're not going to be able to fit the top over the bottom nice like this, okay? So what you actually want to do is, where I said I took 2 centimeters off, so I should theoretically be scoring all the way around this at 2 centimeters, you want to go just under 2 centimeters on the outside, so that it just creates a slightly wider middle. So what I'm going to do is just under 2 centimeters. So I don't know if you can see that. Let me just pick it up for you. It's probably about 1.95 centimeters. That's sort of just where you want to go, and you want to do that all the way around, which will allow the lid to just be slightly wider at the top, and then it will fit. Okay. Really good tip for all of your boxes there. Don't change how you cut it, just change how you score it slightly and just come under where you should be. That's what I was going to tell you on the base at the start, and then I realised I was doing the base and not the top. Because I'm daft like that, you know, just daft. Right. Snippety snip. Exactly the same. You're going to want to burnish all of the score marks. And then you're going to want to cut and tab in to the 4 corners the same as you did previously. I'm going to decorate the box when it's assembled. Okay, so I know like sometimes I will start decorating here, but I'm actually going to decorate the whole thing when it's assembled. So again, straight up, unless you've got a smooth hand, just tab it in. There's a demonstrator that I was watching the other day actually, and they were really smooth, and they got all of their lines looking so flush, and they didn't tab in or anything. I was very jealous. I can't remember who it was, but it was really smooth. Okay, so again, pop your glue along your tabs. Okay, and then once you've done that, that should just fit on the top of your box like that. Okay, so now it's decorating time. Let me pop my candles in so you can see that they fit. Brilliant. Decorating, you want to bring in your DSP, and if you want, like we know what sizes this was, but it's up to you. You can grab your ruler and you can just go along 18.5 by 5.5. But remember, because we did that little change on it, just a little bit where we went just under 2 centimeters rather than on the 2 centimeters, it's actually 5.6 by 18.6. So you've just got that slight bit around the side, which is what we're going to use to create the frame. So you'll notice there's a slight frame just on the outside here. That's fine. So you're going to cut your paper at 5.5 centimeters by 18.5 centimeters. Keep any scraps, they're always handy for decorating, and funnily enough, they're exactly what I have used for decorating in this one. Okay, so just double check it before you put it on, because you can't cut it once it's on. And you'll notice that little bit I did has just given me that cute little frame around the outside. Seal all over. Learn from me and the ribbon at the very start and make sure it goes all the way to the edge of your DSP so that the whole thing will be stuck down. Okay. There we go. The ribbon that I'm using for this one is this gorgeous, where is it in English? Window pane check ribbon. I was looking here, I was like, where's the English gone? So I'm just going to take that so it's the same width as my paper, which actually is the same width as this scrap that's on the side. So I can use that to measure it. And stick it down. So I'm just going to stick it there, and I'm going to apply the adhesive straight onto the project because that to me is just easier, and then I can stick my ribbon straight down the adhesive like that. Okay, this bit here was the scrap bit from earlier, so we know it's 5.5, but just for you at home, if you're using it, it is 3 centimeters. So I am just going to grab that and stick it on there like that. Okay, for the belly band I have used the see, I knew there was 4 textured ribbon, and I'm just wrapping it around like this. I'm going to go about 1 centimetre more than it needs to go. While it's flat, I'm just going to pop some adhesive onto there like that. And then I'm going to wrap it around the box. What I'm going to do, which you will need to know from my one earlier, is if you do it tight, you're never going to get it back on. You just want to do it slightly loose, like that, so that actually it will go on and off quite easy, despite what I was doing at the start with the other one. Okay. Then just some scrap smoky slate. I'm sure you've got some hanging around. I have. That's here, and my scrap is just over 7 centimeters wide. So I'm going to pop my sentiment on there, and I'm going to do this thank you for inspiring me. There's so many gorgeous sentiments, but that's the one I'm going to use. And Memento ink. Okay, stamp that down. And cut it out. Now, if you've got a steady hand, you can do it with your snips. We've identified I don't, so I'm just going to pop it in there and trim it. I'm doing it at about 3 centimeters. Okay, right, to get this to sit right on your card. Okay, so because the belly band, when it does go on, is going to be underneath the actual sentiment, you want to start putting your dimensionals sort of from where that N is, okay? So if I'm just pop my finger there and pop my first dimensional down, what I actually did was I put a load of dimensionals on here. I was really sort of extravagant with them so that it sits up really nice and it doesn't get flattened. Whip those off. And then if you hold this sideways, you can see where the dimensionals start, where your ribbons finish, and you can stick that down so that your ribbon will go on nicely, but only up to so far on there, and you'll lock in. Finally, decorating. I am using the classic matte dots, and I'm just going to put 3 of the white ones, 3 of the small white ones in the corners and in the middle like that. And just to finish it off, because I have never used enough ribbon before, I'm going to use the Crinkled seam binding as soon as I can find where. I popped it on my desk over that side. I have things on both sides of my desk. So this is the Crinkled seam binding ribbon, and I'm just going to create myself a really teeny tiny bow. Like that. Grab myself a mini glue dot. And pop that onto my project like that. And there we go. There is my box, which has in my candles. How simple and how easy is that box? I loved it. A great way for decorating your products. Everything I've used today is available from SlimmandStylish.stampinup.net, which is here. If you have liked the project, do give me a thumbs up. And if you do create it, do head over to Instagram. I'm at SlimmandStylish. Please tag me in it because I'd love to see what you have made with this. Thanks ever so much, and I will see you all soon. Bye everyone. I hope you've enjoyed today's project. All items that I have used on this video are available to purchase from my store, www.slimmandstylish.stampinup.net. Alternatively, if you would like a copy of our catalogues, please send me an email to slimmandstylish@live.co.uk or leave me a comment below and I'll get in touch with you. I upload regular content to this channel, so if you do enjoy watching my tutorials, please make sure that you have subscribed and rang the bell to get notifications when new videos go live. Thank you for joining me and have a lovely day.